Hey guys, it's GT Nickel here, and today this is basically my first video request. Somebody wanted to know the difference and the comparison video of these two guns here. We've got the CYMA AK and the CYMA MP5. I've got a low cap magazine for the MP5 at the moment, but it does come with a high cap. So, quantity is still there. Basically, the main differences, of course, is looks. So, as you can see, they look quite different. And the reasons for that, of course, is because they are two different guns. But, I'll get into the operations. I'll start off with this. This is the MP5. We got the magazine in. So this is the MP5, and it comes with basically two rail system. Correction, it's a tri-rail system because there's a rail on the bottom. You can take these slides off and attach flashlights, lasers, you name it, it can pretty much go on there. And then I've added this top rail system, so I can always add optics if I want, or just use these iron sights. It's electric. Just basically an electric AG Airsoft gun, along with the AK. They're quite similar as in the operations, as in put magazine in, select your fire selector, and shoot. That's pretty much it once your battery is charged. The battery in this one goes in the stock. This gun, the difference between this gun and the AK pretty much is what you can put on it and accessorizing, basically. I find the MP5 a lot more accessorizable. But, however, there are downsides and perks to both of them. I find the selector on this one, this ambidextrous fire selector, sometimes in semi-automatic doesn't want to shoot so well. And I find it always wants to work in fully auto, no problem. So it's just one of the downsides I found to this gun. It might be just this gun. It could be I could upgrade the motor or whatnot. Might work it. Now the cocking mechanisms, they have no operation to these guns, so they're just for show, and of course you can get to your hop-up system on both of them by opening the slide. Now the shooting is a little bit different. In semi-auto they pretty much shoot the same, only this one seems to be louder. I'll give a quick demo. So that's semi-auto. And that's fully auto. And as you can hear, it's a dig, 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 dig. As you see with the AK, it's slightly different. And the muzzles are pretty much the same once you get this flash suppressor off. Here you've got a reverse threaded cover, and then there's a reverse thread on your muzzle, same as the CYMA AK. And they can take basically the same silencers or barrel extenders or whatever you want to put on them. The MP5 is like an MP5 frame. The AK is like an AK frame. So it's pretty simple. I've rigged up this sling because I don't like these sling mounts on the MP5. I think they are pieces of shit and they will break. So I didn't use them. I just roped up a piece of rope off this battery piece and made a 1-point hitch, which seems to work just fine. So, quick. Alright. So as you see, got my MP5 on. I can get my sidearm out. Oops. So, and then go into the... So, there you go. I think we're at an empty magazine. Oh no, we aren't. Like to see. You could do the switch over very easily with this 1-point hitch. It's one nice thing about what the MP5 you can do with it. I'm sure you can do it with the AK too, but I'll show you my setup on that. We'll put that back. As far as operations, internals, they're quite similar. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. Now the MP5 is made of metal and plastic. This baby is made of metal and wood. So this is very real looking. It's got more weight than the MP5. It's a little heavier. So if you don't want the weight and carrying around, then you might want to go with the MP5. Me personally, I like that real feel. So I do like this AK. I find the fire selector on this great when the stock is out. It's not an issue. But when it's in like this, it does get caught up right on this bar. So that's just something to keep in mind. So when you get out there, you should always have your gun ready to fire instead of on safe and then having to fiddle around in here in the middle of a skirmish. So there you go. The sights are just like in the AK sights. You can adjust the front sight. This back sight's not that adjustable. Unlike the MP5, you can select different rotators. And if I want to put a rail on this one, I'm basically going to have to do some machining here. Drill some holes, tap them, or figure out a way to mount a rail. You could probably use certain glues as well, but not really going to bother. I find this does shoot very well, as I'll give you a demonstration. So that's a single shot, and I will move it up into full auto for a second. Here, I'll just do it this way, because like I said, this thing does make it tricky. So you go, that's safe, and it's all the way up, it's safe. Then that is fully automatic, and that there's semi-automatic. So put in fully, close this, and with the this gun there's a hop up. When you slide that open, you've got yourself a little sliding bar there with some increments on it, and that is your hop up to adjust your up and down motion of those balls. So it's on fully auto now. Now remember the MP5 was like a tick, 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 tick. Listen to this one. Way faster. It puts out a real rope. So that's sort of the differences between the MP5 and the AK. The AK you can get also low cap magazines so they don't rattle, and they got this wheel on the high caps just like the MP5 that roll your BBs in when you've used up your line. So that's kind of how it works. You can accessorize this as well. I've got grips coming, different grips for this gun. And I'll be doing another video on another AK that's coming next week. And that's my J&G. This is the CYMA, and I'm going to get the J&G, which is Jing and Jong or something. And they got a good rap for making good Chinese clones. And it's electric blowback, so that's the difference between this one and that one. I'm sure will be the blowback operation, so it'll be more of a real feel. Now of course blowback is going to use more energy, so it'll wear out the battery a little faster. It's something to think about. So you just, you know, with perks there are often downsides, and yeah, so you really need to find what works for you. And I really like the AK. I'm really liking the pistol grip. I find it works very well in the deep woods. It's a great little bush gun. I haven't actually tried it with the stock out yet. I'm sure it'd work too, but I'm really liking the folded stock and just shooting it like so. I mean, Jesus. You know, you can put a guy's head down for quite a while with this gun. So, yeah, I don't know. There's any questions, feel free to ask. I mean, in both of them, the motor's down in the pistol grip here, and yeah, they pretty much operate the same way. Now with the real AK, your safety and fire selector, I believe, is more up front, and it locks out your bolt, your charging handle here on the safety. I think that's the difference between this and a real AK as far as looks go. If you see this back here, it's an airsoft gun, I'm pretty sure, and if it's up here, it could be an AK. It might be real. But that I'm not 100% certain, so don't take my words on that one. That's just what I've noticed with a lot of the real AKs I've looked at. They block out this cross bolt on the safety. So, yeah. Anyways, to basically get both of these magazines out on both of them, there's a little lever right in front of the trigger here. So it's very similar operation as far as loading and handling. It's just a different feel, different materials, and you can set them up a little bit differently depending on what you want. But on this one you can put the same silencer as you can on that one. I bought the wrong silencer, so that's not going to work, but I found out that if I get the threaded silencers, they should fit on this, as long as it's probably from the same company. And this muzzle threads right off, and same thing, you've got in there a threaded end of the barrel to put something on, and then this just stays on to protect your threads, and of course it looks cool. So there you go, that's the CYMA. I did paint this up. I made it black. It was originally wood. I've got another one that's all wood. It's just in my possession, it's not mine. It belongs to my friend, and he asked me to hold on to it for him at the moment. So, so I painted this with basically stove black, heat-resistant paint, just because it was flat black, and it stuck well. And I tried staining it, didn't work, so I went to this paint. And then I gave it a good wax coat. Just rubbed it with a white candle, and then took a lighter, melted it all in, and then wiped all the excess off with the cloth. And just make it shiny and sort of weather resistant. And yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. I made a few kills yesterday. We went out and played Airsoft up in the backwoods there. And took a shot right there yesterday. Kind of hurts still, but I know you can't see it very well. It went like whack. So, yeah. And for the transition, I got my AK sling, so swing it out, spray. But as far as transitioning back to my pistol, it's a little complicated. So, there you go. Hope that was entertaining and a little informative.